Alrighty. Hopefully, I haven't done some stuff with the home network. That should hold a bit more solid. Fingers crossed. Yeah, hopefully a little bit more solid this time. We shall see. One day I will lift the floorboards in my bedroom and try and drag a length of Cat 5e or Cat 6 cable from downstairs through the ceiling, through my bedroom, and find the telltale heart, maybe, in here. Or maybe I could just like tack it to the walls and descend it up the stairs. There is that. That is a possibility. We shall see. Anyway, in case you missed it with all the packets, we gave the kid the hot dog from inside our coat, which is very disturbing. And now...
You mentioned something about special requests.
Yeah, you got one?
Can you fit through the bars around the statue?
Can I? Just watch me.
Good. There's something in there I can't quite reach. Can you reach that piece of paper?
Sure thing. Here you go.
Thanks, kid.
Yup.
Nice from kids.
See ya.
All it cost me was a $20 gift voucher.
It's a technical drawing of St. Louis Cathedral.
Technical drawing, huh?
Stupid wind. Now I have to start all over.
No, you don't, 'cause I picked it up for you.
This belongs to you, doesn't it?
My drawing. How'd you get it?
Oh, it was a bit of a squeeze, but I hate to see you lose your work. I lost my only copy of a manuscript once.
Well, you saved my butt. Let me know if I can ever do the same for you, hey?
Are you Canadian? Hey?
Those drawing tools are amazing.
Yeah, they're great for laying lines, angles, circles, you know, anything geometric. It's pretty meticulous, but I prefer it to freehand.
Can you draw anything with those tools?
They're great for ordered, complex forms and patterns, but they won't help me do Monet.
Ordered complex forms and patterns,
Nice
eh?
drawing of the cathedral.
Hey, thanks.
It's really precise.
Well, I'm an architectural student, actually. It's good practice.
Do you mind if I watch you?
Be my guest.
Can I watch you draw architectural diagrams? Gabe, you fucking pervert. Right, but drawings of lines and shit, huh? Like, ooh, maybe this?
Is there any way you can reconstruct the whole pattern from this partial?
Okie dokie. Well, I might be able to reconstruct the pattern if I had more data. But this is just one small area of it.
Oh,
What is
no.
this from, anyway?
You'd never believe me.
I'll
You
see what I
need
can
more
do.
data? I think I have more data. Bing, bing, bing. That's a good thing I took a photocopy.
I have some more of those patterns.
Really? Let's see. Yeah, these are great. I think there's enough overlap now. I'll give it my best shot. I'll show you what I come up with tomorrow.
Great. I appreciate it.
Bing, bing. Much better to ask than sneak up behind and loom over the artist's shoulder. Like, hello. Are you doing technical drawings? Yeah, better to ask, you're right. Okay, so we got the artist. Oh look, hey, it's another drummer.
A lone drummer beats out a haunting rhythm on a large African drum.
Can we talk to him?
Hey there, nice beat. I dig it.
The drummer does not respond.
Not that you know from experience I want to stab strangers in the eye with a pencil or anything.
Can you do the Nutcracker Suite in D minor?
Say what?
Oh, never mind. How about a more bluesy version of When the Saints Go Marching In?
Not bad, but it's no Spanish guitar version of When the Saints Go Marching In. Gabriel Knight, musical asshat. Of course, we got music turned down in the game settings, so we can't quite hear it. I prefer the one from Gabe 2. I like walking to that part of the square, and I still really
That
like.
was great. Thanks.
I still really prefer Gabe 2. I know, let's see what happens by the end of this.
It's getting late. Gabriel
Yeah, there we
decides to
go.
go home for the day.
Doing as usual, outside surprises and ask for Freebird. But there we do. We've done Twisty Day 2. Time for a dream. The knife turned to snakes. Day 3. Drawn to the halls of learning, I sought there to conspire, but it was in the city of the dead that I found my heart's desire. How come nobody else parks their cars on that street? Or bikes?
I'm so glad you could join us today. I've got messages when you want them. I also checked out Casino. There are multiple listings in the white pages. I got the page, but you'll have to figure out the right one.
Great. Thanks.
I like the fact.
Now, are you gonna tell me what happened yesterday with Malia Getty, or is it just too embarrassing? Don't tell me you actually got to see her.
All the stars out tonight.
Gabriel, you don't seriously think she's interested. She can have any man in the city. You know, men with bank accounts.
Ho-ho.
Underestimate the Knight family's tragic poet samurai appeal. When Daddy married Mom, she was the hottest catch in town.
I always suspected there was something fishy in your family tree. But seriously, I think you should be careful.
Meow, Grace.
I'm serious. I don't know why, but I have a bad feeling in the pit of my stomach about this.
It's called jealousy, my dear. And you're right, you should be jealous of Malia Getty. As should every woman on this planet.
I just... never mind. I'll just fix these books. Your life is in your own slippery little hands.
The point is to get it into somebody else's hands. And soon.
Jesus, Gabe. Right, one sec. It's getting warm in here. I've put the heating on in the evening now. And we are in heating time, so it's getting kind of warm. So this hoodie, as lovely as it is, it's getting hot in here. Bit of trouble finding the hole there. Shut it. It's getting hot in here, so take off just your hoodie, Twitch TOS. Can't be afraid you might procreate, Gabe. Oh, yeah. Right. Let's read today's newspaper.
Today's newspaper is on the counter. Times dated June 20th, 1993. Gabriel scans over an uninteresting front page. Under the cultural event section, there's a notice about a lecture on African religions. The lecture is at Tulane University. Gabriel's horoscope for the day. An evil eye is upon you. Change your course before it's too late.
Lighten up.
Alright, let's just read this boring thing. The French Quarter with a Spanish twist. The French Quarter, New Orleans' oldest and most famous neighborhood, is most known for the raucous party atmosphere of Mardi Gras, but the Quarter is far more than a week of beads and bourbon. Founded in 1718 by Jean-Baptiste Lemoyne de Bonneville, it was the original center of the city. Despite its name, much of the architecture is influenced by Spain, after many of the more French-influenced structures were destroyed in the Great New Orleans Fire of 1788. Noon, don't miss today's public lecture at Tulane University on African religions, given by Professor Hartridge of Tulane University. Alright, there we go. Let us, it's a new day, so let's put a save in. It's a new day, yes it is. And what was the date again? The 20th? Yes, it's Sunday the 20th. So we got 2 days before anything else. Hey, Grace, can you do research on this?
Does this mean anything to you?
Sure, I'm the one that gave it to you, remember?
Oh, yeah. That's the, yeah. DJ!
DJ?
That was... The white page is what I meant to do.
That doesn't seem to work that way.
Oh, fine.
Gabriel can't see a way to use that.
Whatever.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Why is he making Grace work on a Sunday? Because, because he doesn't pay her? He makes her work every day of the week for no pay. And she accepts this somehow.
Do you have messages for me?
Your pal Mosley called. He left a message that they are interrogating a suspect this morning, and you might want to be there.
Sounds fun.
Mm-hmm. I bet.
Alright, so let's have another coffee. Just can't have too much coffee.
Good coffee.
And to be fair, good butt cheeks just like leaning against that that table there.
I'll be back later.
Have fun.
Why so fucking dramatic when you lean back? Alright, let's go see Mosley. Ah, there's a drummer outside, eh? Wow.
A drummer has decided to sit up outside the police station.
Oh, hey. The other dude is off duty. Funny that.
Can I bother you again, officer?
What is it this time?
I'm here to see Detective Mosley.
He's in his office. Go on back.
Glad you made it. It'll give you a feel for how I am in action. You know, handling suspects.
Oh,
that
there
sort of
he
thing.
is.
I'm sure it'll be invigorating. Who is this guy, anyway?
Calls himself Crash. He's been an informant for us before, mostly helping us bust small-time pimps and dealers trying to break into the territory. He's been staying invisible during these murders, but we picked him up this morning at Jackson Square pushing coke. He knows something. Call it detective's instinct.
Detective's instinct. Got it.
Is his last name Bandicoot? Maybe. Or is it Crash Override? Hack the planet!
All right, Crash.
Ridiculous film.
I want to hear about these murders. Have you been present at the so-called voodoo rituals?
I don't know nothing. All right, I told you.
Come on now. You can tell me. Do you know anyone who's been to these rituals?
Look, I can't say nothing. You gotta let me go.
Relax. No one knows you're here. The men who picked you up were in plain clothes.
Plain clothed. Like you could fool them. They know I'm here. They've got ears all over the city. They know everything.
Who are they, Crash? Are they the ones doing the murders?
Let me go.
If you're so worried about being detained, start talking. You tell me what I want to hear, and maybe I can get you into the witness protection program. But you gotta earn it.
Typical
Witness
cops.
protection? Are you crazy? Oh, don't make me laugh. Oh, Jesus, just let me out of here.
Oh, come on. Who's
Crash,
behind
stop
these
talking.
murders, Crash? Why are the victims all members of the underworld?
Oh, by now they know I'm here. It's different when I'm supposed to come here. Oh, if I can send a message. Yeah. Tell him I didn't say nothing.
Christ, he's freaking useless. Just take him back to detaining, would you, Tony? I'll tell you, times like this, I'd kill for truth serum. Damn civil rights.
Can I quote you on that?
Huh? Hell no. Damn, we can only keep him for 24 hours. Tomorrow morning, I'm gonna have to let him go. Sorry it wasn't more exciting. You know, for the book, I mean. Hey, maybe you could punch it up some. You know, what do they call that? Fiction. That's it.
It certainly is. I'll see what I can do.
I'm surprised you didn't punch him up some, Mosley. He must totally suck to be a totally disposable stock character. Yep. Someone remembers what happens to Crash. Number one, it's that whole thing of like, oh, it's all right, you were picked up by plainclothes. It's like, getting arrested is getting arrested. When someone puts you in the back of the car and grabs the top of your head like that, you get arrested, you know. So there's a copper. Look at the shoes. Yeah, also, why was this interrogation not done in an interview room? Why was a civilian invited into this? Not specifically, just his horrible death written all over him. Why would we want anything on the record? No, again, Crash there, a bit of a buffoon, should have just shut the fuck up. The only words that should have come out of Crash's mouth were, "I want my lawyer." That's it. They're the only words that should ever come out of your mouth when dealing with the police. It's stuck in my brain. It kind of tickles me slightly. But, you know, it's an example of, you know, exactly why all cops are bastards and why you should never talk to the police. But if you remember the Kill the Bill protests in Bristol last year, earlier this year, time is meaningless, but you remember that, and particularly Bristol, you know, we had them over, I think, like a space of 4 nights. And one of them was peaceful because one of them didn't have the police rock up in riot gear. Funny that. But I was watching someone's live stream So someone was live streaming on YouTube the stuff, and it got to the point where the police decided, right, we want to move everybody on, and it just turned into chaos as everyone was like running through the streets. And this dude who, like, apparently a few days, like a bit of a conspiracy nut, to be honest. So I don't have too much sympathy for him, but he's like filming everything. They get, like, you know, they've been pushed out of the city. They're just outside Cabot Circus at the start of St. Paul's and stuff. And, like, the police have made, like, a little bit of boundary and stuff. And I think, you know, people are starting to, like, all right, fine, we're drifting off. And this dude's there filming. And a copper starts going, what's the channel, mate? And the guy's like, oh, I can't remember his channel name. So, sorry, what was that? What was that? And he walks up closer to the copper. Yeah, oh yeah, this is my channel name. And then the copper goes, right, we're under arrest for suspicion. And they arrest him. And they just, like, use his ego. Oh, you're streaming here. Oh, what's the channel? Oh, all right. Oh, what is it? No, I am really clunk. Never trust a fucking copper. But also, that guy was a conspiracy nutter. Weird how they never seem to have that right game when the facts are out about. No interest in that, isn't it? And amazing, like, you know, as I say, it only turns into a riot when they wear the riot gear. It's almost as if they were egging people on. Oh, that's a quick way to the map. Maybe it's... I'd probably still want to talk to Mosley about stuff, right?
Detective Mosley.
Yeah. What is it, you wanker?
I forgot that they use wanker as a fun insult.
Can I ask you about some stuff?
You're the writer. Ask away.
Have we got anything new?
What's the status on the Voodoo Murders case?
Sure as hell ain't going well. There sure are a lot of brakes being applied in different areas of the investigation. We're getting some real info on the victims now, and they're not exactly upstanding citizens. I was hoping to get more out of Crash, but he's scared shitless. We'll have to let him go tomorrow morning.
Is that the was that the community fund for the various people who've studied the hash? Kira's got clumsy fingers. Hello. Yes. Hi. I'm surprised nobody's cashed in yet, by the way. Or did I miss it? Because, you know. He's been nosing around here. No, Art. Look at that. Art loves you. Art loves you. Anarchist Black Cross Prisoner Support. There we go. Cat cam. That's what we're after. Feed cats. Have we got right? Hello. Wow, the cams are actually in order today, huh? Snarf has been just sat on the floor. You're right down there, Snarf. It's in a pile of crap. Mostly crap that you have knocked off this table and onto the floor. And now you've turned them all into some sort of bed. Which is nice. Yes, Orko. Yes, it's true. Art loves you. Snarf. Hi. Art's cashed in some biscuits. Do you want biscuits? You're going to have to get up, Snarf. Because they're going to go in the usual spot. Snarf, do you want biscuits? We've got a competition. There we go. Yes, hi. It's a competition, and we've got a fantastic little soundtrack for it. No distractions. I will not do any distractions. Oh. Stop looking at Snarf, Orko. With the little whistles and everything. What a soundtrack. Yep, there's one. And Snarf is so gentle with how he eats. I just love this shot of Orko. This is back like Snarf, don't ignore Orko. 7 more. Snarf's got 7 more to do. Oh wow, he just wolfed 3 down in 1 there. Fluff foot. You know your fluffy feet. Hi. Ladies and gentlemen, despite his best efforts, hi. Look at that face though. Look at that face. Snarf has won. Snarf, you won. Huh? Yes. It's a Snarf win, and he's gone back to his spot. Orko there is just like, what's happening? Snarf, you've almost hit 20. 27-19 to Orko. Orko the box licker. What now? What have you seen, Orky? Huh? Well, there we go. Thank you, Art, for keeping the lads accustomed. Yes, hi. Right. Any more on the case?
What's the status on the Voodoo Murders case?
You're as filled in as me.
Alright, fine. Now we know everything we need to know. Probably.
I'll let you get back to it.
Later, Knight.
There's what's his chops just standing outside again, huh?
A drummer has decided to set up outside the police station.
Do you know Wonderwall?
Hey,
The drummer looks at Gabriel but says nothing in return.
that window leads...
If Gabriel wants to...
Right. Right, well, I guess if we go to the park, or the square... No hot dogs today. The hot dog vendor is only there on the one day that he needed to be there as part of a puzzle.
How's it going today?
What? Oh, it's only you. Man, I have been jumpy all day. That pattern of yours really freaked me out for some reason. There's just something creepy.
You finished it?
Yeah, and you're welcome to it. Here.
Wow, this is great.
Yeah, just don't, like, blow up the planet with it or something, okay?
I didn't mean to upset you.
Forget it. I'm probably just being stupid. Do your thing with it, and, good luck.
Bing, 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 bing.
The artist's reconstruction of the voodoo murders pattern looks accurate to Gabriel. Something about it seems vaguely familiar and creepy. The reconstructed Veve was done for Gabriel by a technical artist.
It looks more complex down there than what's up here. But there we go. I vaguely remember this puzzle.
Madame Lorelei, the fortune teller, is garbed in a belly dancer's outfit and wears a boa around her neck. A real boa.
Come on, boys, hoopla!
The booth is a colorful melange. It announces the owner as Madame Lorelei and gives prices for palm readings, $20, crystal ball gazing, $15, and birth charts, $50. Madame Lorelei lounges
Thanks,
at the
boys.
booth, fondling her snake.
Fondling her snake, eh?
Madame Lorelei, is it?
What can I do for you, handsome?
How's business?
How's business? I have no time for such dull conversation, darling.
How about a reading?
The prices are listed on the sign.
Oh yeah,
They seem
money.
a little steep.
Well, I sometimes do my intimate friends for nothing, but I am a businesswoman.
I'm sure you are. That's a nice snake you have there.
Oh, I could say the same of you.
Well, I know where I got mine. Where'd you get yours?
That's personal.
Gabe.
I'd really like to know more about that snake.
Oh, sorry, sweetie, but I don't discuss Elvis with anyone.
Oh, nothing.
Well, then move aside, sweetie, but stay where I can look at you, okay?
Wow, indeed. Yeah, let's save the game. That's a good idea. Right, I seem to remember. Yeah, we found someone as terrible as Gabe. But is it, in terms of power dynamics, is it terrible when a woman is acting like that towards a man? Like, there's an absolute power differential thing that's happening. Is she as terrible, or is she just a forthright sexual woman? Whereas being a forthright sexual man is just, for fuck's sake, everyone's a forthright sexual man. Be different.
A Cajun band, inventive as always with their instruments, is having a good old time on the lawn. Funny how catchy that toe tapping can be.
There's this one where we've got to get...
That jazz band is pretty...
Come on, boys, hoopla!
She starts dancing, but maybe we can get him to do...
Could you do the Bluesy Saints again?
Are we stuck here?
Thanks, boys.
We're kind of stuck here when they do the Bluesy Saints, so...
That was great. Thanks.
I vaguely remember this puzzle involving her dancing, maybe her dancing with us.
Come on, boys, hoopla!
Or maybe it's while she's dancing, this is when we talk to her.
Not a bad idea. Baby, I love the way you move.
Madame Lorelei winks knowingly at Gabriel and twitches her hips.
Yep, she wants me.
Jesus, Gabe. And now he's just going to stand there and...
Thanks, boys.
She wants you to leave. She wants you to pay her.
It's a silken veil. The veil belongs to the fortune teller. It's covered with shiny, iridescent sequins.
She named herself after a rock. Right, see, now what I remember...
Gabriel examines the veil with the magnifying glass. The fortune teller's veil is studded with sequins. The sequins look a little strange. Why, it's a snake scale.
Aha!
Gabriel carefully uses the tweezers to remove the snake scale from the veil.
And that's what we were after. We were comparing snake scales. It's not the same as the lake one. We should probably give her scarf back. Veil.
I think this veil belongs to you.
Oh, my veil. I'm always losing those things. You have no idea. Well, darling, you're such a sweetie to return a lady's delicates, and so handsome as well.
That's gonna smell like a doobie dog.
And since you have such a clear interest in fortune telling, let me see your hands. They look so strong. Perhaps they will make both our fortunes clear, no?
I wish something would.
Strong, yes, and yet so delicate and flexible.
You don't know the half of it.
Typical fortune
good.
telling.
I see a
Strong, yet
mysterious
delicate.
woman in your immediate future.
Madame Lorelei winks at Gabriel knowingly.
She is a dangerous one, dark and beautiful. Oh, I see the road of your life forking, and very soon.
The blood drains from Madame Lorelei's face in an instant. Sweat beads on her upper lip.
Are you okay?
There are forces. Oh God, beware! Beware!
Alright.
What is it about me lately?
What the fuck is this South Carolina accent? We got an achievement for that. Fortune's son. Maybe she moved from South Carolina to New Orleans to make her money as a fortune teller. Maybe that's why the snake scale isn't the same. It's a South Carolina snake. I don't know what snakes they have in South Carolina. I can't even remember any towns. Is Charlotte? No, Charlotte's in North Carolina, isn't it? North Carolina! That's a wrestling thing. I'm pressing the button.
We just might blow the whole planet up, you know. Everybody knows that Hulkamania is the strongest force in this universe.
Thanks, you wacky racist. Jabroni marks who work themselves into a shoot. Alright, so. Shall we go to a lecture? Shall we have a little lecture before we wrap up?
It looks like the lecture is just starting.
Oh, that's handy.
Voodoo is the tribal religion of Africa, but the name Voodoo is actually a banner heading, under which resides an entire body of distinct tribal belief systems. The word voodoo may sound familiar to you. What is known in the States as voodoo is actually an amalgamation of African religious systems, voodoo, and European religions, primarily Catholicism. All of the subcults of African voodoo have certain things in common. The most important is the worship of a pantheon of spirits, instead of the single deity that the Christian and Muslim systems have. Some of these spirits are elementals. Some relate to specific tasks or places. Some represent important tribal leaders who have died. This spirit worship is what makes voodoo so easily adaptable. With all these spirits, it's no problem to add a few more. Say, for example, the Virgin Mary. At the height of tribal Africa, warfare was common. One tribe would conquer another, and the Loa, important in the conqueror's tribal system, would be adopted readily into the conquered tribe's Loa pantheon. In this way, many of the voodoo cults spread and mingled throughout tribal Africa, enriching the belief system and causing innumerable offshoots. The basis for the voodoo religion seems to be as old as man himself. It has much in common with many early pagan practices. Animal totems, sympathetic magic, elemental spirits in the trees, the heavens, the bodies of the sick. Africa is believed by many to be the cradle of the human race. Some of the voodoo Loa may be as old as the Garden of Eden itself. We still can't explain some of the real power of these primal religions. And note, I said primal, not primitive. There are African Bokors who baffle our scientists with their supernatural powers. Now, let's discuss the elements of voodoo.
Fascinating guy.
In voodoo, the spirits are called the Loa. During a voodoo ceremony, celebrants are possessed by the Loa. This is called being ridden. The human worshipper is seen as a horse, and the Loa as the divine horseman. A person being ridden by a Loa takes on the characteristics of that spirit and becomes, in effect, merely a vessel for the more powerful entity. Some of the older original Africa Loa include Dambala, the great serpent god, Ezuli, the mistress of love, Papa Nebo, or Gede, the lord of death, Awe, the spirit of water, Legba, spirit of the crossroads, and the cruelest and most dangerous, Ogun Badagri, the lord of destruction.
I gotta get more sleep at night.
Tribe-specific Loa can have as much or more power as the more widely worshipped Loa. For instance, a particular tribe might revere highly the Loa of an ancestor who was a legendary hunter or politician. Voodoo temples are called Houndfors. Their priests, Houngan or Bokors, their priestesses, Mama Loa. In a Voodoo Houndfor, there's a ritual circle marked by a center pole called a Poto Meton. During ritual conclaves, initiates dance under the supervision of a Bokor and a Mama Loa, or head priestess. The use of totems, or animal masks and markings, was not uncommon in the original African ceremonies. Now, though, all but the oldest sects have abandoned this practice. Ritual objects used during the conclaves included the ritual gourd, or asan, the ritual knife, or kubasa,
That knife gives me the chills.
the ritual whip, or fouetcache, and the ritual coffin, or seke madule. These items are often optional, called for by the Mama Loa for specific magical rituals. The Mama Loa is the most powerful figure in any voodoo sect. Voodoo is a truly matriarchal system. Even the Bokor knows his power is limited. The Mama Loa is the supreme woman. She goes out of her house at night, sees many things, and tries to get butterflies, and at night again she sees other things, including fireflies.
Gabe.
Firelight. Gabriel?
What? Can't see.
Gabriel, get in.
Can't. It's too small for me.
must get in, Gabriel.
It's not mine.
Yes, get in.
Hide, Gabriel. Hide.
No! Let me out! Help!
Help.
The lecture is over.
Oh my god. Sorry.
Achievement unlocked, advanced voodoo. Right, let's get a save in. In fact, actually, looking at the time, I think this is probably a good one for wrapping up. Yeah, right, let's press some buttons here. Okay. We're gonna press that button. We're gonna press that button. And we can press that button. That's a lot of buttons. Good little buttons there, low buttons. Do you like the buttons? I like the buttons. Right. So I've got to get up at 2 o'clock in the morning to do overtime starting from about 3. So like I've set an alarm for 2 a.m. and then just like make some coffee and stuff. I mean, it's easy money. All right, you know, I'm not doing any. In fact, it's relatively easy money for most people. There is annoyance that we're rebooting a switch. Admittedly, it's like, you know, one of the main central switches in the data center. And we should be able to do that at any time. But nobody ever has any faith in our redundancy systems, and to be fair, sometimes they do fuck up and go wrong. But like, you know, and starting at 3 is a bit fucking ridiculous because, you know, tired heads make mistakes. But Akira doesn't think it's easy money, but for me, all I'm doing is disabling an integration so that the alarms don't go to our 24/7 alarm people who are already going to be flooded with alarms. It does make sense to reboot a main switch in the middle of the night. See, I was bitching about this with someone in the team the other day, that way back when, years ago, in, you know, before all the various different mergers and stuff, there used to be, like, changes, overnight changes, the big networky changes would only happen on like Sunday night, Monday morning through to Thursday night, Friday morning. You never did Friday night, Saturday morning, Saturday night, Sunday morning. You always did a big old change such that then the following morning, if there was like mop up to be done, it was a normal working day for everyone to try and clean up whatever shit had hit the fan. But these days, it's just like, and particularly because we never had a manager for our network team that would turn around and say, no, it's vitally important that we do this stuff, and screw you guys. Like all the application teams and stuff were like, oh no, but we and be like, oh, it's our applications are so important, and then they go, all right, fine, yeah, fine, yeah. And we rarely get the time that we need to for the network stuff. Yeah, you want to do it on the least impact, ideally, but you know, 24/7 businesses, that, you know, when is the least impact? There isn't. Anyway, but the fact is, I'm going to get up at 2 a.m. for this change. But that's not going to stop tomorrow night, is it? It's not going to stop tomorrow night. We'll be back here tomorrow at 7 p.m. Like, developers. Oh, I wish it was even developers. It's just like app teams who don't always understand their apps. Like, sometimes database administrators who don't understand their stuff. We were like doing some work around a core firewall, and a database administrator asked me, oh, we're going to need to stop the Oracle cluster. I'm like, does the cluster sit either side of the firewall? Do you not know where in the network your system is? Oof. If you're back from T-Bubs, it's time to tune in. Cool. T-Bubs? T-Bubs? Guess you could say T-Bubs. I do remember that developer. I don't know about an earworm tune, but I do remember not Steve Thingy Bob. I remember developers as a meme. It's an old meme, but it checks out. Anyway, who's on? Who's doing what? Put some techno music behind it. Is that tech person who does a bear is the Pope? What, developers? No, it was a Microsoft thing. One of the Microsoft people. Thought Bubble Comic Con. Oh, excellent. But yeah, anyway, the whole point is that we will be on tomorrow. But I won't be doing tomorrow afternoon. There'll be no Saturday randoms, because I will probably definitely be dozing for most of the afternoon. But we will definitely be on for 7 p.m. tomorrow for more Gabe Knight. That's the important thing to take away from all of this. And I'm having a look and seeing who's about for a raid. So, what do we... Few people doing lots of different things. Jim Biddy Bim Bim 2 pence is doing God of War Ragnarok. Board Gaming Mama is down as doing Doors Paradox, which is a fun little puzzler. Invert 180 is doing God of War Ragnarok. Petra Phoenix is Makers and Crafting. Grunkle's doing 7 Days to Die. Anna's doing Dead by Daylight. Squid Pie's doing Stream Raiders. Beep Salt, and then we're getting on to bigger people. Shall we? You know what? Board Game Mama raided us the other week. Let's raid her back. And also, Doors Paradox is quite an interesting thing. So, Board Gaming Mama. I think I spelled that all right. All right, fantastic. There we go. And we have a raid message that you can copy and paste. Thanks for hanging out, folks. It is lovely to spend time with you. You're a lovely, lovely bunch. Sorry about all the packets and everything. But yeah, we'll go and see Board Game Mama, who may be playing with a kiddo. So be extra nice until we realise whether kiddo's on stream or not. But you know, Mama's usually one for cozy streams. Although I think she has mentioned 18 plus. Who knows? Anyway, see you all tomorrow. You lot are lovely, and don't go changing. Goodbye now. Goodbye.